From what I understand, this is the story of the people who try to steal the Death Star plans, which drives the plot of A New Hope. I wonder if they'll succeed. I haven't felt this much suspense since Titanic. Introducing Galen Erso, a hero so heroic that he's never mentioned once in the original Star Wars trilogy. Thanks for building the Death Star all f***ed up so we could destroy it, dick. It's not a Star Wars breakfast without some mysterious blue liquid. Why does this ship land so f***ing far away from the home it's here to investigate? Why do movies keep doing this? You're in a f***ing spaceship. Just land 20 feet from the house. Is there any reason why Galen needs to wait for these guys to walk to his farm so far away? Why doesn't he already run away? If his daughter can get away, he can too. And don't tell me he knows about building a Death Star and putting a weakness in it yet. That comes later. Having already seen this movie, I kinda wouldn't mind if instead of jumping ahead in time, they'd have just stayed on young Jin. Growing Old with Forrest Whitaker, a Star Wars story. In-movie Stormtrooper toys are much larger and cooler than any of the I got to play with back in the 80s. Considering that they had this hiding place that the discount Stormtroopers can't find, was there really any reason anyone had to die? Okay, she's in space prison, but where does this open door the camera is backing through lead to? Is it a prison apartment with multiple rooms?
Planet Killer! That's what he called it!
This is essentially the fourth of 8 movies in the Star Wars franchise that focuses on either the Death Star or something like the Death Star. Get your head out of your Death Star, Star Wars.
Congratulations. You are being rescued.
Good God, I might have to start removing sins just for the fact that Alan Tudyk exists. Tudyk! Come on, movie. I know we have a lot of characters to meet and little time to do so, but how am I supposed to keep up with Ring of Kafran, Jedha, Wobani, and this place? God damn, this movie changes planets faster than a Guardians of the Galaxy film.
What is this? It's a chance for you to make a fresh start.
We like using prisoners for make-or-break missions. In fact, we're also waiting on Sean Connery to finish getting a haircut, while we dethaw Sly Stallone, and they'll meet up with Jason Statham for transport here.
This is Captain Cassian Andor, Rebel Intelligence.
AKA Discount Han Solo. Also, I'm happy Mon Mothma is in this, and they got the same actress from Revenge of the Sith to play her, but where the f*** was she in A New Hope? This is kind of confusing, since she was the main rebel leader in Return of the Jedi, where they're building yet another Death Star. But as you know, that's way down the line from A New Hope.
We're hoping that he will help us locate your father and return him to the Senate for testimony.
You gotta love when someone walks in on cue, just to show they're in the movie, and bridging continuity between the prequels and this one. That's basically his role here.
You find him, you kill him.
Boss Dude tells Cassian to kill Galen if they find him, the guy that designed the supposed planet-killing weapon. You don't want to ask that guy a few questions, maybe? Interrogate him?
Trust goes both ways.
But neither of you trust each other, even a little bit. This is one of those things you say that sounds cool but makes no f***ing sense. He's not trusting you, nor is he asking you to trust him. Frightening CGI decisions. Also, you couldn't find a guy who looks like Grand Moff Tarkin. You found someone who looks enough like Mon Mothma. And sure, she was in Revenge of the Sith too, but that doesn't mean you can't go on a casting call for new Peter Cushings. This fucking mind-reading Jabba ripoff with a dozen tentacle penises.
Poor Gullet can feel your thoughts.
That's pretty insanely useful, but I'm wondering, how did Saw end up hiring Bor Gullet? Or did he just come with the cave? Fried this.
You just got yourself.
Callback to A New Hope is callback.
What do you know about kyber crystals?
My father, he said they powered the Jedi's lightsabers.
Is it just me, or are the kyber crystals this movie's midichlorians? In other words, things that rob you of the mystery of Star Wars.
The strongest stars have hearts of kyber.
This line not only makes little sense, it's never returned to or paid off in any way. It's just random pseudo-force poetry.
Who are they?
The Guardians of the Whills.
Unless you have subtitles, the names of these things in movies are totally confusing. I heard this as Guardians of the Whills in a movie theater. But apparently it's Guardians of the Whills, and now I've got to figure out what the f*** a will is. Oh, it's the Force? Well, This scene does a good job not letting you know where anyone really is, and an even better job making you not care. I sure would like to see what Cassian is seeing right now. I might enjoy this action scene a lot more.
Did you know that wasn't me?
This is almost remove as sin-worthy, but this is a disobedient f***ing droid right here. And how the f*** did K2SO know where Jin and Cassian were?
Is your foot alright?
Donnie Yen as a blind, Force-attuned Star Wars character is such a match made in heaven. I'm not taking a sin off. The universe is. Stormtrooper suddenly has alarmingly great aim when it comes to hitting a Stormtrooper being used as human shield.
Go back to the ship. Wait for my call.
Oh, now he obeys, after Ex Machina disobeying and saving their lives.
Can you get us to Saw Gerrera?
No, but all his soldiers who were eavesdropping nearby just now can. Jedha is nothing if not a place for convenient timing. That seems like a long walk to a super obvious place for Saw Gerrera to have been hiding all this time. But whatever. The Empire is leaving, cats and dogs are living together. It's madness. Hollow porn. Glad this movie gave him the oxygen problem to pad the runtime from 2 hours 14 minutes to 2 hours 15 minutes. I mean, phew, right?
We call it the Death Star. There is no better name, and the day is coming soon when it will be unleashed.
Well, it'll be unleashed in mere minutes on this very city, so pre-recorded Galen is prescient as f*** here. On accident.
I've placed a weakness deep within the system.
Movie tries to retroactively excuse the Death Star's ludicrous weak spot, but fails because that weak spot is still so stupidly obvious someone in the Empire should have noticed that long before Luke trusted the Force. Also, Galen Erso created the small shaft that Luke will one day fire his 1 in a million shot into, winning the day for the Rebels. But if he had this kind of power in creating the Death Star, surely he could have figured out a way that would not have required such long odds. There's literally no reason for the Death Star to cause a total eclipse on Jedha before annihilating Jedha City. Cool shot that in no way makes sense.
You'll need the plans. The structural plans for the Death Star to find the reactor.
Why didn't Galen go ahead and send the Death Star plans to Saw? Yeah, the plans are on some other planet. But why not at least send a drawing or something? If he could get this message to Saw, surely he could get the plans or a drawing to him. Cassian uses a thing on an inexplicably placed prison door controller and makes his escape. Star Wars, the universe where merely shooting a lock makes it unlock. Somehow this is possible while this is also going on and nobody important dies in this scene. You know, Hollywood, not everything exciting has to occur at the very last second in order to be exciting. Think about the serendipity here. The rebels find Jyn in a prison on some distant planet, take her to the rebel headquarters, and send Cassian with her to go find Saw. Then the Empire tests the Death Star on the very planet where Saw is. He shows her the Galen Erso recording, and luckily Cassian was able to totally bullshit his way out of his cell to save Jyn just in time to fly off the planet before they die. Suicide by stubbornly refusing to leave with the others. I feel nothing. He had his chances.
Your work exceeds all expectations,
said the studio to the CGI firm after signing off on this totally not real-looking Grand Moff Tarkin abomination. Everyone survives this. Literally the only way Hollywood knows to denote a mountaintop walk is dangerous is the cliche of a few rocks falling off the path. How are there not at least 6 people dead after Krennic just yelled fire? No one hears any of this. I guess the film chalks it up to the rainstorm, but honestly, that's pretty f***ing stupid. Also, I know Jyn is a badass, but a one-armed tug on this stormtrooper's gun and he goes flying off the edge?
Get the squadron leader on. Get him on now.
They're already engaged, sir.
Then several seconds of them flying through the mountain peaks before they're actually on site and engaged. But whatever, like this movie gives a shit about time. Also, didn't Bodhi tell Cassian a few moments ago that getting through these canyons was tough because the Empire had sensors and shit all through it? Why were they able to fly through here without any alarms going off? This doesn't kill nearly as many of these assholes as you'd think it would. I get the sense that this guy could have been a Jedi, but the Jedi Council hadn't passed any ADA laws back then. Jyn's reunion with her dad is prolonged by a spaceship's exhaust, because this movie stretches out every single moment 2 to 5 seconds longer than it should. Hopefully she gets to him just before he dies. Oh good, she did. Phew.
You lied about why we came here, and you lied about why you went up alone.
Well, he did take the pilot guy with him, so he didn't go up alone, which, if I'm being honest, creates a bit of a dent in your anger argument. Could the Empire get any more Sauron? Yep, this movie's gonna use the all-red helmeted Imperial Guard dudes, even though A New Hope and Empire both had none of them. Apparently just before you got to know him, Vader was using these red dudes as bodyguards on the regular.
Its power to create problems has certainly been confirmed.
Damn, Darth Vader's beginning to sound as bad as Bugs Bunny without Mel Blanc. Which is weird, since this is before A New Hope. It's almost like the actor doing his voice is 40 years older now. So weird.
Until you can assure the Emperor that Galen Erso has not compromised this weapon in any way.
Especially in any obvious and easily detectable way that a child would spot instantly, like gas vents that lead back to a main engine.
So I'm still in command?
He's leaving, dude. Why would you even risk asking this?
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, Director.
This is a little known fact, but Darth Vader spent some time as James Bond from 1960 to 1962.
The question is what choice? Run, hide, plead for mercy, scatter your forces.
Movie's just gonna suddenly give the prisoner angry daughter character not only the wisdom for an inspiring speech, but the public speaking and motivational skills required to make it work? Okay, movie, but I tuned out about half a Jedha ago.
You're asking us to invade an Imperial installation based on nothing but hope.
Nice line, but no. She's got information about the installation's weakness, as well as legit experience versus Imperial troops, and a blind Force ninja for a friend.
Rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah, just like I've always believed for this entire movie. Get with it, you non-hoping pieces of shit.
I'm not sure 4 of us is quite enough.
How many do we need?
It's kind of amazing that the rebellion didn't think to send a small group of volunteers to do exactly what Jyn is going to do. They have an impounded Imperial ship, 2 Imperial defectors, and they always fight when the numbers are against them. So what did they have to lose by sending some dedicated fighters?
But I do. I believe you.
For no reason at all other than, what the hell, the script says I do, so let's do this.
Rogue One.
Rogue credits. Normally I'd shoot this ship down, but they promoted Gary over me.
Your friend, the Jedi.
Yes, I will send for him.
You will need someone you can trust.
I would trust her with my life.
I thought Princess Leia was on her way to Alderaan at the beginning of A New Hope, and Vader boarded their ship around the time they reached Tatooine. So sending the plans with R2-D2 to give to Obi-Wan was a Hail Mary. But here, apparently, she was sent to see Obi-Wan before the rebellion even knew Rogue One went on their unsanctioned mission.
Cargo shuttle SW0608, you're not listed on the arrival schedule.
We were rerouted from Edu Flight Station.
And even though there was a rebel attack there, no one informed you of a rerouted ship. Because at this point, everyone in the Empire is bad at their jobs.
Saw Gerrera used to say one fighter with a sharp stick.
Shut up. After everything I've sat through, you mean to tell me these men need a Miracle on Ice style pep talk prior to their battle? This is the moviest movie bullshit this movie has tried to movie on my ass, and it makes me angry. Makes me angry, and I'm gonna start ranting soon.
Probably looking for a manifest.
That would be helpful.
It's just down here.
You know, where you keep such things. No reason to be suspicious.
Good luck, little sister.
What? Well, won't you look at that? They took the clothes off the inspection team, and they conveniently fit Cassian and Jyn.
I've got a bad feeling about
Quiet.
Oh, you, movie.
Intercepted Imperial transmission, Mom. Rebels on Scarif.
Even though this proves nothing, and the rebellion was dead set against going to Scarif, they send everyone there now because Rebels of the Rebels decided to defy orders?
Scarif? They're going to Scarif.
BB-8 and K2SO have replaced both of you in our hearts. You aren't the droids we're looking for. Move along.
I can locate the tape, but you'll need to use the handles for extraction.
Excuse me, the tape? Did he just say the tape?
Keep it tight and watch out for those towers.
Why keep it tight? Doesn't that just increase the odds the cannons will hit one of your squadron? Why not fan out wide and force them to constantly move their fire to hit one of you? Bunched up together, you make one bigger target, padding the XP and kill stats for whichever Ender is manning that particular cannon. The f*** were these assholes waiting for? This skirmish has been going on 10 minutes.
Stick close, Red 5. Where are you going?
Jeez, archive footage now? So you've got CGI plastered over other actors posing as the original actors? You have new actors replacing old actors, and now you're just reusing old footage? What was the deciding factor on all these?
Red 5! I need help!
Alas, poor Red 5, I knew you not.
Stardust. That's it.
How do you know that?
I know because it's me.
Yeah, but what happens if you're not the person looking for the plans? What if you die? You mean to tell me that Galen left all this to chance? This further illustrates why it was so stupid he didn't send the plans along with Bodhi in the first place, or a copy of them, or at least a general thing to look for when attacking the Death Star.
You can still send the plans to the fleet. If they open the shield gate, you can broadcast from the tower.
Jesus, the radio and satellite in this finale is f***ing confusing. With all the stuff Jyn and Cassian are doing in tandem with what Bodhi's doing, this conflict will warp your mind into jelly. But C-3PO got at least 8 movies. Why is she wearing Deadpool-style double swords on her back? Have we seen her use that kind of thing at all in this movie? Yeah, she snuck in here in some bounty hunter droid costume thing, but still, you had your heroine wearing this for the climax and never once let her use them? That's a sin for the costume designer, I think.
The master switch! It's out there at that console!
I'm going!
Just look at the size of that hard drive, whatever it is thing. And sure, the Death Star plans are probably a huge file, but Jesus, Leia puts them inside R2-D2 later, so why'd the Empire need this much storage? This is like the Rebel Alliance having moved on to MP3s, while the Empire is still on 8-tracks. Guys, I'm having a hard time figuring out which character is blind in this scene. Blind guy who can see incoming blaster shots and enemies during battle has to feel around for the right lever on the console.
This is for you, Galen.
I mean, you made this way too hard for us, but, you know, good job, I guess. I like how once everyone has fulfilled their one crucial plot duty, they die immediately. It's as if the bad guys know to wait 10 seconds after they've finished to finally figure out how to kill these people. What the unholy f*** is this bullshit?
Reset antenna alignment.
The thing to set the antenna alignment is on the edge of this walkway for some f***ing reason, instead of where all the other controls are.
Antenna aligned.
How did it get misaligned? Was it somehow hit during this battle by a wayward X-Wing that misaligned it but didn't actually damage it? Do they have to realign it every time they want to send a message out of here?
My father's revenge. He built a flaw in the Death Star.
Why would you say this? I've heard of the bad guy monologuing in situations like this, but the good guy?
Die with the rebellion.
Dead guy, ex machina.
Admiral, receiving transmission from Scarif.
Now, if they got this transmission, then why didn't everybody in the rebellion have the Death Star plans? Maybe they said only this ship could receive the transmission, but Jyn used a satellite to beam these things into space. Anybody could have gotten them, right? Look how badly he's limping right here. How did he climb up? Even if he somehow knew about and had a key card for, and then took the same elevator Krennic did, he's limping too badly to have made it up here in time. This is some bullshit of the highest order. Well, will you look at that? Hoisted with his own Death Star. Movie rips off the sit on a beach and wait for the sweet incoming death scene from Deep Impact.
The Rebel flagship is disabled, my lord, but has received transmissions from the surface.
Prepare a boarding party.
Yes, prepare a boarding party for the Rebel flagship, but by all means, allow a small ship to fly out of it later. Is this scene with Darth Vader badass and awesome? Yes. Does it contradict basically every physical movement Vader made in the original trilogy? Yes. Still though, this Vader scene, holy f***. Seriously, why are there no Imperial ships around to stop this? It's like everybody disappeared. A minute ago, they had ships blasting the rebel flagship, but I guess they were told to vanish once Vader boarded it. By this point, everyone should know of the magnet hide a ship inside bigger ships, and do everything they can to prevent it from leaving. Even more terrible CGI decisions, perhaps even worse than the previous ones. Also, I guess when Bail told Leia to go find Obi-Wan, she decided to put herself in danger just in case the rebels were able to find the Death Star plans. Why does she have to do everything? Why can't there be somebody else in charge of the plans while she goes to find Obi-Wan? I think the connection between this and A New Hope is a bit jagged.
Hope.
F you, movie. Hope, 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 hope. Say, do you remember the first movie was called A New Hope? Hope, hope, Bob Hope, Hope Solo. This ship takes off using hyperspace and somehow didn't get to the planet before Vader tracks them down.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations.
I have dreamed a dream. But now that dream is gone from me.
My goodness, my fortress, my high tower, and my deliverer.
Yes, we are. Affirmative. It's
Say something.
Rogue. Rogue One.
Lock down the base. Lock it down.
And close the shield.
You better lock it up. You better lock it up.
Oh, screw that!
Baby, what's blue velvet?
Remember, whatever I do it to protect you.
Everything I do it for you.
There's a 26% chance of failure.
Never tell me the odds.
Khan, listen to me.
These are pets, of course. Not quite domesticated.
I did not murder him!
I would trust her with my life.